Hey guys, this is the Pork, and welcome to the Pork Cave. Come on in here and set a spell. Grab you a beer. Well, we got a great show for you today. I mean, I'm really excited about it. We've got the very talented, very beautiful Tamara Rossi. Tamara, how you doing?
Hello there, and I am absolutely honoured to be in the Pork Cave today. I can't believe I finally made it here.
Well, you'd be the only one that's honored to be here. Hell, I don't even, my wife don't even like coming out in this sumbitch.
Well, I'm proud to be here. It's fantastic.
Well, I'm glad that you are. You know, we got so much to talk about. We don't have a whole lot of time, and I know you're a busy woman, and hell, you know, I know I've already been late. You just can't believe what I just pulled on her. There's a 5-hour difference between here in the United States and Blackpool, England, and my dumb sumbitch ass overslept, and she was nice enough to go ahead and wait on me, you know, because it takes a long time to look this damn good, let me tell you, you know. So it took me some extra time to get ready, but here we are, and I just want to jump on into everything. Is that all right?
Finally made it. We finally made it. You're not in trouble though. You're all right, Mike.
Well, you're awful nice. Let's get into this. You know, I know that you're real busy right now, and I know that you just got done releasing your new single, River Deep Mountain High, and talk a little bit about that and how everything's been so far.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, goodness me, the amount of support that we've had for the new single has been outstanding, really. We released it on the 13th. It's been released on my website, which is www.tamararossi.yonthesite.com. And bless my mum, she's been working away, getting all the orders out to everyone. We've just had some pictures in on Facebook of people who've received their packages. So yeah, that's been released. We've had that going on, and today, in between doing the interview with you, I've just literally come straight from a video shoot for another video.
Well, be damned, what are you doing on that?
Well, on this one, I'm not sure if anyone knows this song or still knows of it, but it's called Jesus Loves Me. It's kind of a gospel sort of song, and we're really looking forward to getting that out there, because it's one of those that I've wanted to do for many years. I've always loved the song from the film. So yeah, in tribute to Whitney Houston as well, because she was my idol, and of course she's sadly passed away now. Does Whitney Houston, you know, I know I've heard you mention that before. Does she have a lot of influence on all of your music, or? Yeah, massive influence. She was always, from being, I'd say about 5 or 6 years old, from when I first heard her music, and then she released I Will Always Love You and The Bodyguard came out. That was it. She was the pinnacle for me. There was no one really that ever touched her sort of style or her voice, music, anything. So yeah, she's always been my biggest idol.
Well, you know, a lot of the things that we do is stuff that we acquire later in life, the things that we enjoy. But when it comes to music, I mean, it's pretty safe to say music's in your blood, right? I mean, you come from a long, talented family.
I do, yeah. I'm very lucky. I'm a lucky girl. My father was in show business for many years. I know a lot of people that are around on Facebook and YouTube have watched the video of my mum and dad, which kind of explains the background a bit better as well there. But my dad came from Belfast. He used to play at the Plaza Ballroom there, and so many people to this day still remember my dad from performing in Belfast with his band The Wheels. Even Van Morrison himself remembers the first break that my dad gave him all those years ago, which is lovely, a great memory for me, especially because I lost my dad at such a young age. And it's really nice to still see, even now, after he's been gone for so long, people still come on and they share their memories with us of him. So it's a really nice thing. It's lovely to always keep his memory alive, and thankfully my mum's always done the same as well, so she's raised me to do it.
So your dad was a bit of an impractical joker, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he certainly was. And you know, to this day, again, people still remember some of the jokes that he used to tell. He was a comedian as well. As being a singer, he was an all-round entertainer, and so fondly remembered for his jokes and what he used to do. And I think, do you want a little story?
Sure, absolutely.
One of the things he's most remembered for is when the radio mics actually came out around the late 60s, 70s sort of time. he always used to make a point of putting a spotlight basically on someone who had gone to the ladies or the gents. And people used to dread going to the toilets in his shows because they knew exactly what he was going to do at the time. And what he ended up doing was, the minute he got a radio mic, he would actually follow them in to the toilet. Bless them, they didn't know. And then he would come back out again. And when they came out of the toilet, of course, everyone knew what they'd done, where they were, and everybody just burst out laughing, bless them.
I mean, dang, I just couldn't imagine somebody trying to mic me in the damn toilet. I mean, hell, I think it's happened a couple times on a few family dinners, but that's a different story for a different time. Tomorrow we were talking earlier about your music release and everything, and how cool are your fans? I know everybody always talks about their individual fans in their own little niche, but how much do your fans mean to you?
Oh my goodness, they mean the world to me. At the end of the day, I think for any artist, anyone knows that an artist isn't anyone without their fans, and it's just nice to always, look at that and appreciate it. And where I can, I'll always make sure I try and give something back as well for all the amazing support that they give me, because they are truly wonderful fans from back to 7 years ago when I first started out on YouTube, and some of those people are still my friends now. They still follow my music and purchase my music, to the most recent fans that I've got, who have been equally as fantastic.
Well, I always talk about this myself, and how much does as an independent artist, and you got the social media and stuff, how important is that? Is social media? I mean, that's pretty much everything nowadays, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I think, to be honest with you, I think that's one of the main things that is a boost now for the music industry. Obviously, with my job, and I have a lot to do, coming home and being able to take the time to put my videos onto YouTube just enables me to be able to get that portion of time where I can perform and get my music out there. I think it's an amazing way to be able to get the world to hear your voice if you want them to. And it requires work, I think it always has, but it's brilliant when you see the results coming in, and then you hear these wonderful comments and you think, my goodness, you feel so lucky. It's lovely.
Well, there's a lot more opportunity too with social media and Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and all that stuff. Definitely a lot more opportunity for an independent singer like yourself to, like you said, to get your voice out there and get yourself heard. I think it's real important. But also one thing is important for me to make sure everybody knows is you're a busy woman. I mean, you don't just do music. I mean, you got so many different things that you're involved with.
I do. I get very busy. I
do. Well, you're real busy, and you got a career outside of music. You're a legal attorney and stuff, which I think I'm going to be able to find handy, because I always have some kind of legal trouble or something other going on. I need advice.
I'll have a first class flight straight out to where you are.
But one thing about it is my my wife, she always getting into trouble and stuff, and she, there's a big controversy right now in the neighborhood about a casserole dish that came up missing or something. So I may need some legal advice, but I think I'll be all right.
Oh, don't worry, then you'll head my way. Definitely.
Well,
I'm just preparing for the questions in this interview as well, because you never know, we could have a defamation suit.
well, hey, that wouldn't be the first time I had one of those. I get that. Hell, I get those just in church sometimes.
Fantastic.
But anyways, Tamara, you got so much going on, I guess is my point, and and in order for you to do the music, you gotta love it. I mean, this isn't something that you're doing to support your family and put food on your table. You do this because you love the business, and you definitely contribute to it, and you just love contributing to the business you love. Is that about right?
Oh yeah, that's absolutely spot on the dot. It's one of those things that once you become more involved in it, I mean, I spent the majority of my life working towards exams, as you know, Mike, and when you dedicate that amount of time to something like that, you find that all your work ethic goes into that. And then when I eventually finished, and my mum persuaded me to go to a music studio and said, right, that's it now, it's recording time, you've finished your exams and this is the time to do it. And from the moment that I got in that recording studio, that was it, I was hooked, totally hooked. I'd always loved to sing, but it's just that enclosed environment, it's like your own little world, if you will. So from that moment, I've loved it ever since. It's been fantastic.
Well, and it's probably a good stress reliever for you too. It's a good way to wipe the day out and dive into something else that's fresh and different and kind of reboot.
And it gets you out there to do videos like this as well. So this is really fun. This is fantastic.
Well, let me tell you, if that was your ambition, you got pretty low ambition, let me tell you. Well, let's talk about right now, let's move on into song selection. You've got such a big array of songs out there, and for everybody that's watching this, you'll be able to hit this link below and go to Tamara's YouTube, and also you'll be able to go to her website and buy her new single. But I want you to go to her YouTube and see all the different songs that she's got available. She's got all kinds of them. And so what goes into that? What makes you decide, I really like this song, I want to do my own cover on it? What kind of goes into your song selection process?
I suppose it's different. It's different for covers than it is for original songs. I mean, original songs, it takes time to prepare for, and you kind of have to sit there and think about different things that have happened to you in your life, or events, places, people that have come into your life. Anything like that can trigger the emotion for an original. But in terms of the cover songs, it's one of those things that when I've heard a song, I always know I want to perform it. I know straight away it's going to be a very particular sort of song that's got a nice big build to it, and I can get a lift in my voice. And once I hear that, I know. It's a bit like, have you seen the Rise Like a Phoenix video?
Oh yeah, I've seen just about every one of them.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. We've talked about this before. My personal favorite is the Clown song that you do, and I know that was that's a cover, that's a remake, but that's my favorite. I mean, I think you just are spot on, and you just nail that bitch. I just really enjoy it.
Well, that's the first time I've heard it described in that way, and that means the world.
Leave it to me. But really, I really think everybody needs to check you out, because you have such a different sound. You really do. You have such a different sound, and it's so intriguing, and it's just good. You've got a way to really captivate your audience.
Oh, that's a lovely thing to say. Thank you very much for that.
And well, you also do some live performances every once in a while too, don't you?
I do, yes. Yeah, when I can get the time to fit them in, I do live performances, which is really how I'm known in my own hometown, by people who've seen me perform live, which is always nice to be able to do, because that's a very different element to it as well. It's just, again, it's another thing that you can get the emotion in when you're singing it live. So I love to do that. How about your singing, Mr. Mike, Mr. Pork?
Well, I'm currently working on a couple different songs. I was thinking about going on that show, American Idol. I was thinking about doing a remake of, Eye of the Tiger from the Rocky,
Really?
CD. But the problem with my singing, and it's just a small problem, okay? It's just a real small problem. And I think I could probably work on it. The biggest problem with my singing is well, it sucks. That's probably the biggest problem is. If I get around it sucking and sounding like dog shit, I think I'd be pretty damn good, to be honest with you.
Oh, I'm going to get a highlight today then, because I'm sure all my fans, all my friends and supporters out there would love to see just a little bit of the redneck singing. I think that would be a treat.
To be honest with you, Tamara, it's too early for that shit. Nobody wants to hear it. I know it's approaching 3 o'clock there in Blackpool, but hell, it's 10 o'clock here in the States, and nobody wants to hear that shit.
In that case, I'll let you off. I'll let you off this time. Don't worry.
Well, when it comes, I guess that comes to my next question. I do these videos and stuff, and you sing and everything, and I know I'm always asked, do I ever have is there ever a point where I get like stage fright, or I don't know what to say, or I'm like, well, I don't want people to see me like that. You ever get like that to where you kind of get butterflies in your stomach before you do a performance or before you do a video?
The one thing I think, to be honest, no, I don't tend to get it, and I don't know why that is. I think maybe whether my legal background has some influence over that, because I think there's a degree of confidence has to be involved to be an advocate, really. So in that sense, I think it's carried through, and the two careers do tend to overlap a little bit.
Well, I think
so no, really, I enjoy it too much.
Well, I think you're right. I mean, I know that's with me. Like with me, I don't have common sense to get in the way of being afraid to do the shit, so I just do it, I mean, I figure, hell, I embarrass myself enough just at the grocery store, so what in the hell if I embarrass myself on YouTube,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I look at it. Well, getting into some...
I think your videos are absolutely amazing, and from the very first time that I watched them, they were an absolute treat. They were just right up my street in terms of the comedy that I like to watch. So you are fantastic.
Well, coming from somebody like you, I really appreciate that. I really do. 'Cause you're not, and I know we've talked about this before, but there's no rednecks there in the UK, is there?
No, we need some more rednecks in the UK, I think.
Well, I don't understand it. Where are all the damn rednecks in the UK? If you guys can hear me, you need to start coming out. I mean, damn, there's a whole market in the UK you guys can absorb on.
Everyone else visits the UK. We have plenty of everyone else, so we definitely need some rednecks. Well, so you get over here to England.
So I gotta ask you this. Obviously, everybody looks at me and they can pretty much tell it took me about 30 seconds to get ready today and throw my shirt on and throw my hat on. But look at you. You're beautiful, and I can tell that that you really care about how you look and everything. So I guess my question is how long did it take you to get ready for this interview?
Don't know how I'm going to admit this, to be honest, Paul. No one really knows these details about me.
Well, that's the whole point.
It's going to be, I would reckon, for a video day, you're looking at about 2 hours.
2 hours,
maybe.
Damn, it didn't even take me that long to get ready for my wedding day. And I'm talking about all 3 of the sons of bitches.
Yeah, but have you seen the length of my hair? I have long hair, that's my excuse. It takes me a long time.
Well, see, my excuse is God's been doing my hair for the last couple years now. It's falling out and stuff, but so I don't have to worry about that shit. But
too many products you're using there.
And well, I think it's all that Crown and corn dogs that I eat. I believe I really think it has something to do with it. But that's definitely a different damn story. I'll tell you that right now. So also, how many outfits does it take? I mean, because I got girls. I always talk about my daughters. I got 4 daughters and I got a wife, and I'll see, I'll say, hey guys, we're going to go to the store. And let me tell you something, an hour later, there'll be clothes all strung down the damn hallway, up the damn staircase. There'll even be a couple pairs of panties on the porch. And then they're like, we're ready to go. And it's like, damn.
I think we're all genetically made the same, aren't we?
I believe so.
To shopping, I am. I literally feel like soon, if I don't stop shopping, I'm going to have to buy another house for it. It's that bad.
Well, what I don't get...
I've officially got a ban on buying any more coats now. If I am at home and Mummy's putting them in the house, she said, right, that's it. I have to put a ban on it. So that kind of answers your question, doesn't it?
So is that your thing, is coats and shoes and stuff?
I love coats, I love suits, ties, hats, as you can tell. I do like my selection of hats. I've got about 20 or 30 hats in total. Shoes, the list is endless and it's quite embarrassing.
Well, I mean, damn, I like to have my hats too. Of course, my hats cost about $2 a piece, and I get them down at the local thrift store, but sometimes I just take them from the neighbor. But, let me tell you, a lot of people, when I said I was going to do this interview, I had a lot of people sending me questions and stuff and saying, you got to ask her this or you got to ask her that. And first of all, it's none of your damn business what I ask her. I ask her what the hell I want to ask her. Damn. Mind your own damn business. But, I did decide I was going to ask a couple of them, and one of them is everybody wants to know about Tamara's dating. Are you dating anybody? Is there anybody special on the horizon or anything like that?
It's a big dare to date me, I'm a bit fussy, Pork. I am a little bit fussy, but I'm always looking for love. It's nice. When you find it, it's great. But it's just whether it works out or not. And at the moment, I'm free and single. So it's just finding the right guy.
Well, so what the hell are you looking for? Damn. You're going to be like that weird science.
Someone like you, Pork, a redneck.
Well, damn. You be careful what you ask for when it comes to that. You end up having a man in your house. He'd be setting his fat ass on your couch, eating pork rinds, wearing your damn hats. You got to be careful about that kind of shit.
I never know. As long as they're decent and they're honest and they're caring, that's all I ask for.
Okay, so you'll probably be single for a long time then. So
I think so.
we got that written down right now. Well, Tamara, like I said, I really appreciate you coming in here and hanging out with me, and I know you got a hell of a lot of important things to do, and I just want everybody to really go check out your music, and I know you're busy with this River Deep Mountain High, but you also talked about this Jesus Loves Me song, and when can we be looking for that? When do you think that's going to be available and ready for everybody?
Well, we've got 2 new tracks coming out. So we've got 2 videos. That's going to be the second one that we've just been working on today. We've got the next one coming up. Should we keep it a surprise or should we tell everybody what they are? No, I think we'll keep that one a surprise, but I don't mind knowing about Jesus Loves Me. But the next one that's coming out is a really nice song that I've always loved as well. So that should be coming out in about the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, that's great. And everybody go to her Facebook, and she's real good about keeping her Facebook updated and stuff, and so you can get all the updates for her new music coming out. And one of the things I want to say, Tamara, and closing all this up, and just on a personal note from me, I make a lot of jokes and I do a lot of crazy stuff, but I have 4 daughters, like I always mention, and I mentioned just a little bit before, and it does me good. They're big fans of yours. They really enjoy your music. And it does me good for them to be able to look up to somebody like you. Because you're one classy lady. You always, as I always like to say, and I tell Susie, my wife, I always say, Susie, that Tamara, she keeps it covered. She keeps her business covered. And she just goes out there and just sings her ass flat off.
Oh, that's absolutely lovely. Thank you very, very much. That means the world to me to hear comments like that. So the world of thank yous to you, Pork, and I absolutely adore what you do. You know that.
And I appreciate it, and you and the other person that adores me, I appreciate both of you. Both of my fans, I appreciate it. And tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. I know, like I said, I know you're real busy, and I appreciate it, and I hope we haven't hurt the last of you, and I hope we haven't scared you off, and I hope I can bring you back at some point, and we can do this again.
Fantastic. The Port Cave feels like home. I'm settled here. I'm feeling good. You never know. Next time, you might even get an impression out of me of a redneck.
There we go. Now, I'm going to hold you to that shit right there. I'll hold you to that.
Okay.
All right, guys. We appreciate it. Once again, make sure you go and you check out my friend Tamara Rossi. I want you to check out her music. I want you to go to her Facebook and like her page. And I just want you to keep updated with everything that girl's got going on, because she is one talented lady. And I'll tell you what, we haven't heard the last of her, and she's got a lot of good stuff going on. So anyways, guys, this is the Pork. We'll be talking to you next time. Until then, we'll see you guys real soon.